sportsnetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Here on our LiUNA Labor's Local 663 Teams of the Week segment, we go north to Mid-Buchanan High School, home to the Dragons, and head football coach Aaron Fritz. And, Coach, hey, thanks so much for your time today.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. Good to talk to you.
Yeah, it's been a little while. We used to eat lunch last year a couple times up there at the pizza range for our meetings up there, but good to kind of catch up here. You guys are off to a great start, 4-1. Kind of put this season, halfway through, a little over halfway through. What's it been like to this point?
Man, I wasn't sure what to expect. Last year when we talked, I talked to you about we had 10 seniors, and all of them were pretty much out there all the time. And we played some different guys, but it was really a senior-heavy team. And we had a couple kids move schools and different things like that, and we graduated all those kids, and we only brought back 2 starters on each side of the ball. So when you have we knew we'd have smaller numbers this year, and we only have 30 kids, but 27 of them are non-seniors. We have 3 seniors, and we only have 11 kids on our team that can even drive a car. So I knew it'd be a challenge to fight kids to know exactly what we were wanting in terms of effort and intensity and physicality and stuff like that. And I say fight as in you got to teach them and they got to learn. And they did a great job this summer. We've gotten a ton better since week 1. I feel like we've improved a ton and grown up. And I'll be honest with you, I wasn't sure what to expect out of this group, but I'm very proud of them because we bring back hardly any experience. But our kids play hard, they're playing fast, and they're trying to learn as much as they can every week. And we have plenty to learn, so it's a lot for them.
What at this point of the season, midway through it, what do you feel like your team's doing really well right now?
Well, we're growing up. We play a lot of sophomores, but we've gotten older in terms of the experience, so that's made a big difference for us. We're running the ball a little bit better than I was expecting to. When you replace 4 of your 5 offensive linemen, and those guys were 3-year starters, 2 or 3-year starters up front from last year, that's a big thing to replace. And our guys up front have come a long way. They're getting better, and so that's really impressed me. And then, something we started out doing to start the year is we turned the ball over quite a bit because when you have a 15-year-old quarterback, you're going to do that some, and he's gotten better too. And he really grew up last week and did some good things. So I'd like to think our running game's got better. Our turnover margin's gotten a lot better. We're like +7 this year, which is good for us. That's a really good number. And honestly, something we've been really good at too is special teams. We've been very good on special teams, and that's a big deal because we have lots of freshmen on special teams. So we're getting lots of experience, lots of guys' time, and hopefully it pays off in the long run for us.
Again, visiting with Mid-Buchanan Dragons head football coach Aaron Fritz here on High School Game Day, presented by Great Southern Bank. Great Southern Bank with more than 100 locations in 6 states. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters. Member FDIC. Coach, and obviously you're going to have bumps and bruises at this point of the season, being a little over halfway, but are you relatively healthy?
Man, something that we felt right away was probably our best linebacker. His name is Clayton Burleson. He's a sophomore, and he has some – I know there's some genetic stuff to it, but it doesn't matter. But he has a back injury, and I don't think we're going to get him back. And we had him for 3 plays week 1, and he just started acting like something wasn't right, and we got him checked out, and there's a problem back there. So that's the only kid we don't have. All the rest of them are out there. They're healthy. They're practicing every day. We're getting after it. So in terms of attrition, we're doing very well. But, man, we've played without probably our best defensive player all year too. So that's been a challenge for us because even though he's 15, he's a pretty good linebacker for us and would make a big difference.
And now you got homecoming, and you've got a pretty good North Platte team coming in at 4-1. What do you know about North Platte?
Yeah, pretty good might be underselling them, man. They're tough. They're physical. They're big. We played them twice last year, and the first time they had every opportunity to kind of jump ahead of us and maybe win that game. And just I think our experience and just the way we've played for a long time kind of took over, and we ended up pulling away at the end. Then the second time we played in that night that everybody played in the rain, big storm night. It was soaked. It was pretty gross outside, and we just looked like the older team that second time. But, man, they're all back. I don't know how many seniors they have, but I'd say a third of their team is 18 years old, and they're seniors. So they're very experienced. They play hard. They're very well coached. Coach Quigley does a phenomenal job, and they just know how to win now. Last year, I think you could see they were learning how to win. They were trying to learn how to handle winning. And now they're at that next step of what are they going to do after they win? Well, they move on to the next one and try to get the next one. And they've been great all year. They've hammered people. They've won close games. They've lost a close game to a really good football team. They've already had the experience of everything this year. So we know we're going to be in for a fight. They're very good, and we're going to have to play very well if we even want to have a chance to compete.
Hey, Coach, you guys are a member of the Class 2 District 8. Kind of handicap that. I know it's one of the tougher districts in Class 2 in the state. You've got East Buchanan and Trenton as well. And you guys are right there at 4-1 as well. Kind of handicap that a little bit. How many of the teams you get to see outside of, obviously, you play East Buchanan?
We've played Lawson and Lathrop already, and they're in our conference also, and they're in our district. And I'll tell you what, Lawson's a team to keep an eye on. They're very good, and we were very fortunate enough to sneak away with that one. And East Buchanan's in our district, and we play them in 3 weeks or something like that. So we'll see them here soon. But the other teams are not in our conference. Trenton's in the GRC, South Harrison's in the GRC, and Brookfield will be in the GRC. So we don't have a lot of crossover with them or see them a lot. So it'll be interesting if we have the opportunity to play one of those teams to get film and look at it. But we just don't see those teams a lot in anything we do. So I can only speak for the conference, and our conference is really dang good. So our district's going to be very good and very competitive.
Coach, if I wake up Saturday morning and look in the paper or look at scoreboardguy.net and see that Mid-Buchanan defeats North Platte, is there one or two stats you're going to be able to point to and say this is why we won?
Yeah. I don't know what stat that would be necessarily in terms of winning the line of scrimmage, but we would have won the line of scrimmage. They're a run-heavy team. We're a run-heavy team, but we both can throw it. But whatever guys are playing on the other side of the line of scrimmage, that's the team that's probably going to win this football game, and they're very, very good at it. And we've got to keep getting better. So that's a huge matchup for us is can we win the game up front? Can we even compete up front? So we'll see what happens there. And then what are Kirkham's stats, their quarterback? Did he run wild on us? Did he throw it everywhere? Did he make a bunch of plays? Did they have him return on special teams and he gets the ball a couple more times and more touches? Like, what did they do with him and how did we handle him? If we can keep him in check and not let him go crazy, it's going to give us a chance to be in the football game. But if he goes crazy like you've seen him do, especially last week, we're going to be in big trouble. So winning up front and slowing him down is going to be a big deal for us.
Very good. Well, Coach, hey, I greatly appreciate you being generous with your time here on High School Game Day as part of our LiUNA Labor's Local 663 Team of the Week segment. And good luck at homecoming. And, hey, get a victory, and we may send you a text and say, hey, Coach, join us on the scoreboard show tonight. So, and that's via phone, so you don't have to have a camera or anything. So that works.
I appreciate that, man. That's good. No one wants to see this face. Oof.
Hey, I'm sitting here in the dark. My light's not working, but that's all right. We'll figure it out. But, Coach, thank you so much, and we'll talk to you soon.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart,